Hello and welcome to the U.S. Immigration News. As December 2025 moves forward, there is a new wave of activity in Washington that has captured the attention of millions of immigrants, families, and employers across the country. The conversations happening inside Congress and the Senate right now are beginning to shape the next phase of immigration reform, and although nothing passes overnight, these early steps often determine what will become law in the months ahead. For many people who've been waiting for years, for green cards, for work permits, for family reunification, this moment feels important because lawmakers are finally turning their focus back to immigration in a meaningful way. And even though the debates inside Capitol Hill can be slow and complicated, the actions being taken now will influence processing times, visa allocations, enforcement priorities, and the way USCIS operates in 2026. In this video, we'll walk through the latest updates coming from Congress and the Senate as of this week in December 2025, what lawmakers are discussing, how these early movements may impact immigration reform, and what applicants should pay attention to going forward. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. This week began with key committee meetings in both chambers where lawmakers revisited several long-stalled immigration proposals. While these discussions are still preliminary, they signal that immigration reform has returned to the legislative agenda after months of uncertainty. Members of Congress have been reviewing proposals that touch on everything from employment-based visas and backlogs to border enforcement and humanitarian protections. What stands out this time is that many of the debates appear more focused and more urgent than earlier in the year, likely because agencies such as USCIS and the Department of Homeland Security have already announced internal changes that will take effect in 2026. Lawmakers are now trying to determine whether new legislation is needed to support or adjust those changes. Inside Senate committees, there has been fresh bipartisan conversation around reducing the long backlogs in family and employment-based green card categories. Senators from both parties acknowledge that decades-old caps and outdated allocation rules have contributed to severe delays that affect families and companies across the country. While no bill text has been finalized, there is a growing recognition that the current system is not keeping up with demand. Staff members working inside these offices say the goal is to finalize draft language early next year, though it will still require extensive negotiation before anything reaches the floor. Another part of the discussion this week focused on modernization. Several lawmakers raised concerns about USCIS processing delays and the need for better funding and clearer accountability. With USCIS preparing for fee increases starting January 2026, members of Congress want to ensure the additional revenue leads to shorter timelines, fewer errors, and improved communication with applicants. They also discussed ways to support the agency's digital transition, including measures that could help reduce the backlog of paper-based cases still pending at various service centers. The House also continued reviewing border and enforcement proposals, many of which are being pushed by members who want stronger screening measures at ports of entry and along the southern border. Legislators debated the balance between enforcement and humanitarian obligations, especially in light of recent federal court decisions that have required agencies to adjust how certain border procedures operate. While these discussions remain divided along party lines, both sides agree that any major reform bill will have to address border operations in some capacity, even if the solutions look very different. For immigrants inside the United States, this week's developments signal one important thing. Congress is actively shaping the environment in which USCIS, NVC, and U.S. embassies will operate next year. Even though no bill has been passed, these early negotiations often influence agency decisions long before final laws are approved. For example, when lawmakers press USCIS about delays, it often leads to internal reallocations or temporary process improvements. When Congress pushes for stricter accountability, agencies usually respond by tightening review procedures or increasing transparency on their public dashboards. applicants abroad also have reasons to pay attention. Several senators mentioned the ongoing backlog in consular processing, especially in countries where interview wait times remain long. They discussed possible measures to increase staffing, improve scheduling systems, and streamline document verification at the National Visa Center. These ideas are still in early stages, but even talking about them at the federal level brings attention to families who have been waiting for years for a simple interview date. This week also highlighted an unexpected area of agreement among lawmakers: the need to support American employers facing workforce shortages. Members of both chambers acknowledged that delays in employment-based visa categories, including H1Bs, L1s, and employment-based green cards, are affecting industries that depend on skilled workers. While no specific reform has been agreed upon, the fact that these issues are being prioritized again gives hope to businesses and workers who have been navigating unpredictable processing timelines. As December continues, these discussions will evolve, and early drafts of immigration reform proposals may begin circulating among committee staff. That doesn't mean a bill will be passed immediately. Immigration legislation often moves slowly, but the timing matters. When Congress begins debating reform at the end of the year, it usually sets the foundation for what will be negotiated in the new legislative session. And with USCIS already preparing to implement new fees, new procedures, and new internal review systems in January, lawmakers know they cannot ignore how these changes affect millions of people. For now, the most important thing applicants can do is stay informed and prepared. Even a small change in congressional language can influence agency operations, and the conversations happening now will shape the environment in which petitions are reviewed, interviews are scheduled, and decisions are made in 2026. Families waiting abroad, individuals adjusting status inside the United States, workers relying on timely EAD approvals, and employers sponsoring foreign talent, all will feel the impact of whatever direction Congress takes next. As always, we will continue following every announcement closely. The immigration system is entering a period of transition, and these next few weeks of congressional activity will matter more than many people realize. Whether reform ends up being narrow or comprehensive, the decisions made in December 2025 will influence the path forward for millions. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Immigration News Channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.